My name is Siyoung, and today we're going to go over lesson 4, 6th grade worksheet. And so first, let's start off with expanding the decimal form. So let's do number 5. So in this case, it's 492,400.06, right? So the first step is you count the number. How many each number are there in this whole number? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the next step is start off with here. You count the number of deleting numbers. How many numbers are there in the right side? So start off with 4, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't count the decimal points. So because this part is the whole number, right? Whole number, and this part is the decimal part. So 4, and we have 5 numbers right here, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus, and move on to the next number, which is 9. And we can see that 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 numbers after it. So 9, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 4, this is 5. Plus the next number is 2. And we have 1, 2, 3. So 2, 1, 2, 3. 3, this is the number of zeros that I'm just writing to visualize how to write the numbers. And lastly, 4, we have 1, 2. 4, 1, 2. The important thing is that we don't count the zeros, because 0 plus 0 is also 0. So people just don't think that, oh yeah, it is necessary to write the zeros. So, and moving on to the next, we see that this one is also 0, so we don't write it. And this one, starting off, decimal point, you count the left one. But this one, whole number, you count the right one, but decimal, you count the left one. So how many value do we have? Like the literal number, we have 1, right? The space. So 0.061. And this one is the just indicator that it is a decimal. So you count from here, right? So this is the answer. Okay, so corresponding, we're gonna move on to the corresponding decimal or percent. So I wrote some notes here. Decimal to percent, you move to the right, 2 to right, and percent to decimal, you move 2 to left. So I'll show you what I mean. So this is percent, right? If you can see, percent to decimal to left. So 1, 2. Where's the decimal ends? Here, right? Before the 4. Yeah, you can say it before 4. So 462. And you just write the number. This one, decimal to percent. 1, 2. The decimal point over here. So 2.1%. Okay. Moving on to this one. So in Mrs. Hewlett's class, there are 2.007 times as many as girls as there are boys. So expanded form that we did in the previous page, it is just, as you can see, it's the whole number without any number to the right. So 2 plus 1, 2, 1, 2, right? 2, this one. So the answer is D. And 2 times as many as a girl means that if there's 1 boy, there will be about 2.007 girls per 1 boy. The ratio, right? So if there's 17 boys in her class, we'll just multiply 7 times 2.007, in which we'll get 34.119. And it says nearest the whole number, because person cannot be decimal point, because you can, yeah, because the person has to be whole number, right? So 34. And this one is the number operations. So I'll just start off with number 5, because adding and subtracting, you don't follow order. You can just do whatever you want just to start off with. But 15, I'll just show you how to multiply to 12 times 8. So this one and this one, right? Let me use the highlight. This one and this one, right? So 2 times 8 is 16, and 8 is 8. So 96, right? 96 times 7, same here, this one and this one. Has to be 6 times 7, 42, 4, 67, right? So the answer has to be 672, but I'll show you another way that how like the operating, the order doesn't matter. So let's start off with 8 times 7. It's 56, right? And 56 times 12 is, let's start off with this one. So 6, 2, 12, 1, 11. And now this one, 6, 5, 2, 7, 6. So we get the same answer, so it doesn't matter which one you do the first. Just be careful not to make the mistake. And this one, you just count the number. How many zeros are there? So 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 4 zeros. So you move to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. As you can see, we don't have number after it, right? We moved 4 times to the right, but we don't have numbers. That means you can just put zeros in this bouncy place. So the answer has to be 3, 4, 4, 3, and 0, 0. Okay, last question. Justin has a wall that is 4.3 meters wide. If he has 4 bookcases that are each 1.1 meter wide, is there enough room for them to be all placed against the wall? Why or why not? So let's visualize wall, which is 4.3. And we have book cases that are, I'll say maybe this one is 1.1 meter, right? And it says 4. So if we have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's asking, do we have enough place? So let's find out. We have 4, so 1.1 times 4 is 4.4 meter. We have slightly more bookshelf than that we have as a wall. So this is the amount that we need more as a wall, in terms of a wall. So no, we don't have enough space, because all the bookcases that are put together is 4.4. Okay, so thank you. See you next week.